This is the KRUI News at Noon, brought to you in part by the Daily Iowan. This is KRUI, Iowa City.
It is noon in Iowa City. The temperature is 58 degrees, and for KRUI, this is the latest news with Nick Fisher and Sarah Hadley. Here are the headlines for this Monday morning. With Election Day tomorrow, we have your latest political update.
An emotional milestone for Americans opens its doors for business.
And how one local restaurant took text messages off their menu.
With Election Day tomorrow, campaigns are trying to predict voter turnout, but that's a little harder than usual this year. That's thanks to a trend towards early voting. Beating the November 4th rush nearly doubled in the last election. Here in Johnson County, about 1/3 of local voters have already voted, according to the county auditor's office.
Voters who have yet to register still have time. Iowans interested in casting their vote are told to bring a valid driver's license with your current residence printed on it to your local polling station. Out-of-state voters must supply proof of identification and a document that proves they currently reside in Iowa.
The Iowa U.S. Senate race is coming down to the wire, and a Quinnipiac University poll conducted over the last week has found Democrat Bruce Braley and Republican Joni Ernst are tied at 47%. The tie is good news for Braley, however, as he was said to trail Ernst 51-44 in the Iowa poll released Saturday night. The poll showed a tightening race to become Iowa's governor as well. Republican Terry Branstad, who is seeking a sixth term, holds a 52-41% lead over Democratic candidate Jack Hatch.
The power of Facebook strikes again, and this time it's matching up your favorite eateries with political candidates. Facebook tallied the likes of each candidate's campaign page, revealing cultural trends in voting and dining. It looks like Hatch supporters like the intriguing combination at Zombie Burger in Des Moines most often, while Branstad fans like the hearty servings of Cattleman's beef quarters.
And the talk on Twitter is being measured for political trends as well. Yesterday, nearly 6,000 tweets were put out about Iowa politics. The majority of those were from male users, and individuals aged 55 plus were seen tweeting more frequently about the race for Iowa governor as opposed to the race for the U.S. Senate seat.
There's one side you won't find on the menu at a Northwest Iowa restaurant: cell phones. Sneaky Chickens in Sioux City is fighting to better the dinner conversation with a new plan to get people engaged. The restaurant will actually offer an incentive to customers who promise to give up their cell phones. Drop it in the box and get 10% off your bill. Owners came up with the idea after noticing that customers were more preoccupied with communicating wirelessly than communicating with each other. So far, they say nearly all customers participate in the promotion.
And September 11th, 2001 is a day most Americans will never forget. But 13 years, 1 month, and 23 days after the fatal terrorist attacks occurred, the World Trade Center has reopened for business. One World Trade Center welcomed publishing company Condé Nast today, which is seen as a bittersweet victory among most New Yorkers. The 104-story skyscraper is now America's tallest building.
As the weather continues to get colder, Iowa City trees are once again bundling up in colorful knit sweaters. The Tree Huggers program, in its third year of existence, sent more than 100 knitters to downtown Iowa City on Sunday. The group is looking to make more than 130 trees fashionable and warm by the end of the month.
Meanwhile, one University of Iowa dorm will be leaving a little larger carbon footprint this year. Recycling at Mayflower Residence Hall has come to a halt thanks to congestion from construction. Flood-related improvement and parking lot closures have forced the garbage and recycling bins to relocate multiple times. In the last change, students disposing of their trash confused the two. Now, housing officials say the bin won't return until the spring semester.
The Iowa men's basketball team took to the court Sunday and glided to an easy 92-51 win over Northwood University of Florida. After a slow start, the Hawkeyes expanded a 39-32 lead at the half, with sophomore Peter Jock coming off the bench to lead the team in scoring with 16 points. Iowa will open up regular season play on November 14th against Hampton University.
Finally, a quick look at the weather forecast for Iowa City.
Right now, the temperature is 58 degrees, and for KRUI News, I'm Nick Fisher.
And I'm Sarah Hadley.
There are a ton of social networking sites on the internet, but one